मी 9 महिन्याचा होतो तेव्हा आई स्वयंपाक करीत होती. तेव्हा मी असंच खेळत खेळत गेलो. आईने मला बघितलंच नाही. आणि ते इस्टोलचा बडका झाला आणि ती पाताळ फेडलं आणि ते अंगावर टाकलं. देवाला प्रार्थना करायचो माझं चांगलं होऊन दे.
प्रार्थने केले तयार. नमस्कार माझा या ज्ञान मंदिरा, सत्यम शिवम सुंदरा, सत्यम शिवम सुंदरा, चला 10वी रांगेत चलायचं, फक्त 10वी.
There are a few among us who never give up, some who fight hard for their survival, and a handful who have even deceived death. Yogesh Nanabhau Ekshinge, a native of Neemgaon, Maharashtra, India, is a 15 years old burn survivor. At a tender age of 9 months, he suffered a near fatal burn accident, which left him physically deformed and changed his life forever. In a world obsessed with beauty and good looks, Yogesh struggles to fit in. Let us live the journey of Yogesh, a survivor every day. Let us spare a moment to peep into his life.
ह्या गावामध्ये भैरवनाथाचं एक मोठं देवस्थान आहे आणि त्या निमित्ताने या विद्यालयाला श्री भैरवनाथ विद्यालय हे नाव दिलेलं आहे. योगेश हा जो विद्यार्थी आहे हा यावर्षी 10वीच्या वर्गामध्ये तो शिकत आहे. तो सुरुवातीला त्याचं जे चेहऱ्यामध्ये जरा कुरूपता आलेली होती. सुरुवातीला तो लाजायचा त्याच्या चेहऱ्याला आणि ती लपवण्यासाठी तो चेहऱ्याला काहीतरी आपला रुमाल वगैरे बांधायचा. आम्ही ते पाहिल्यानंतर त्याला एकदा बोलून घेतलं, त्याला विचारलं त्या संदर्भामध्ये. त्याने अगदी स्पष्ट सांगितलं की मला थोडंसं हे माझे स्वतःलाच ते जाणवतं. त्याचा चेहरा थोडासा वाकडा झालेला होता आणि डोळा जरा हे झालेला होता. तर त्याच्यामुळं थोडंसं त्याला ते व्यंग वाटायचं. पूर्वी ज्यावेळेस तो पेपर लिहायचा, पेपर सोडवायचा, त्यावेळेस त्याला इतर विद्यार्थ्यांपेक्षा जवळजवळ अर्धा तास जास्त वेळ लागायचा. परंतु त्याच्यावर ही सर्जरी वगैरे केल्यानंतर तो अगदी आहे त्या वेळेमध्ये आपला पेपर हा पूर्ण तो सोडवतो. आता त्याच्या चेहऱ्यामध्ये पूर्वीचा चेहरा आणि आत्ताचा चेहरा याच्यामध्ये फरक झालेला आहे. म्हणजे आत्ताचा चेहरा पूर्वीपेक्षा चांगला, अगदी पहिलं जे व्यंग दिसत होतं ते आता दूर झालेलं आहे.
As the school principal observes, after an initial period of self-consciousness, Yogesh has slowly come to terms with his present image, aided by the surgical treatment he has received recently. But that white scarf around his head says it all.
ऑपरेशनला ज्यावेळेस तो जातो त्याचे पालक वगैरे आम्हाला भेटतात. आम्ही त्याला जायला परवानगी दिलेली आहे. त्यानंतर आल्यानंतर त्याचा अभ्यासक्रम वगैरे जो आहे तो पूर्ण करायला आम्ही मदत करतो. आमचे शिक्षक वगैरे आणखी त्याला ज्या काही अडचणी असतील त्या अडचणी सोडवायला मदत करतात आणि त्याला जी माहिती आवश्यक असेल ती सगळी माहिती देतात.
बरं, चला मी 10वीचे पेपर घेतो आता.
Burn care in India leaves much to be desired. Early treatment in a burn center would have prevented his deformities. There are thousands of Yogeshas in India today trying to blend in with the crowd.
तसा तो अगदी चांगला विद्यार्थी आहे. इतर सर्व विद्यार्थ्यांमध्ये तो मिसळतो. खेळामध्ये सुद्धा तो इतर विद्यार्थ्यांबरोबर खेळ खेळतो. त्याच्यामध्ये फार अगदी उच्च प्रकारचं त्याचं कौशल्य नसलं तरी इतर विद्यार्थ्यांच्या बरोबर तो अगदी आहे.
He loves his game of cricket, like every kid in India. He plays a carefree game with his friends, who have unconditionally accepted him for what he is. It's time to head home. Yogesh lives with his sister and her husband. His father chose alcohol over family and left his mother struggling to make ends meet, earning just 100 rupees a day. Today, his father refuses to accept him as his son.
मी योगेशची मोठी बहीण आहे. आता आमच्या आईला आज रोज कामाला जावं लागतं ना, मोलमजुरी करूनच खायचं, त्यातूनच पोरांचा शाळेचा खर्च, त्याला सारखं दवाखान्यात ऑपरेशनचा त्याचं येणं जाणं सगळं तिलाच पाहावं लागते ना.
काय करतो हा दिवसभर, काय करतो योगेश?
शाळेत जातो, रानातलं आमचं काम करतो, गुरांचं ते शाळेत म्हणजे सगळ्यांना मन धरून राहतो, कोणाला काही दुखवीत नाही, काय नाही, सगळ्यांची कामं करतो.
स्टो आहे ना आपला स्टो, त्याचा स्फोट झाला बटका आणि मग ते
कुठे
रांगत होता ना,
स्टोच्या जवळ होता.
हा स्टोच्या जवळ.
पण अजून दुसरा कोण नव्हता का तिकडे?
आई होती ना, आई बाजली होती.
9 महिन्याचा होता. खूपच रडला असेल ना तेव्हा?
हा
सुजला होता लय ते डोळे ना, डोळ्यावर एवढे गोळे होते असे सुज झाले. मग महिन्यानंतर दमादमाने असे उसरत गेले. एक डोळा म्हणजे कामातूनच गेला अलीकडला. ऑपरेशन झालं, मग त्याचं लाल बोबळ बाहेर यायचं ना, तिथं ऑपरेशन केलं होते,
ते झालं थोडंसं क्लिअर झालं,
सक्सेस झालं जरा.
पण आता तर फार बेटर, बरं आहे ना आता?
आता बरं आहे.
2 वर्षापूर्वी जे होता
नाही ते नाही,
एकदम चांगलं आहे असं.
आता एकदम मस्त.
म्हणजे अगोदर असा बाळा उघडा राहायचा ना, ते पाणी गाळायचा डोळा ना, आता ते आता असा एकदम जागतो, आता एकदम त्रास होत नाही, काय नाही.
लाल बोबळ बाहेर येत नाही आता. असं लाल जे आतलं आहे ना त्याचं बाहेर यायचं. झोपल्याला असलं तरी डोळा उघडाच राहायचा, जागा असलं तरी उघडाच राहायचा.
आणि हात बी असं होतं तर आता थोडं 50% फरक झाला हाताला.
तर नगरमध्ये तुम्ही काहीच केलं नाही याचं?
नाही परिस्थिती नाही त्याची, काय करायला काय एवढं पैसे घालायची ती परिस्थिती नव्हती ना, आमची बी नाही ना.
फक्त त्या टायमाला डॉक्टरने वाचले त्याला, बाकी काय नाही केलं.
योगेश तू बोलतो वडिलांशी?
नाही, बोलतच नाही ते बोलतच नाहीत.
काय म्हणतात ते?
नाही बोलतच नाही ते म्हणजे बोललं ना त्यांच्या सगळं तरी बोलत नाही.
मिशातच असतो तो काय,
म्हणजे सारखं दारू पेलेलेच असतात, त्याच्यामुळे बोलतच नाही.
कायम खिशात दारूच असते, त्याची बाटलीच असते कायम खिशात पेलेलंच. आपण कसं उठलं की चहा पितो, तसं ते उठलं की दारू, झोपेतून उठलं की त्याला दारूच लागते.
अगोदर ज्यावेळेस भाजलं त्यावेळेस खूप म्हणजे सारख्या पट्ट्यात ते ओललं राहायचं, ते पाणी सुटल्याने व्हायचं ना, त्याच्यामुळं मग इथून पार नगरला जायचं, तिथून पट्ट्या आणायच्या, सारख्या करणं. आमच्या आजीने खूप त्याची मेहनत घेतली. आई भाजल्यानंतर थोडंसं बरं झाली, बरं थोडंसं दवाखान्यातून आणलं की ते कामासाठी गेले. आता खर्च झालेला खर्च ते कसा फेडायचा ना, त्याच्यामुळे ते आजीपाशी ठेवून गेला. मग तर आजीने जसं तिथून आणलं तसं सांभाळ आत्तापर्यंत केला आणि अजून पण करणार. आता त्याला जोपर्यंत इथं त्याला करमन राहील, आता आमच्यापाशीच राहणार, इथं लहानाचा मोठा होणार आणि पुढं त्याच्या नशिबाने जसं त्याला करता येईल त्याचं भविष्यात घडेल तसं करणार तू.
योगेशने इथून पुढं म्हणजे 10वी पास होऊन पुढंही त्यांनी चांगलं शिक्षण घ्यावं आणि ते शिक्षण घेऊन चांगलं बनावं याच्यासाठी आमच्या विद्यालयातर्फे आणि आमचे सर्व शिक्षक सहकारी यातर्फे मी योगेशला शुभेच्छा देतो.
एकदम म्हणजे डोळा लागत नव्हता, एकदम वाईट वाटायचं, म्हणजे डोळा लागतो, हाताचं चांगलं झालं. म्हणजे डोळा झोपलं तरी डोळा उघडाच राहायचा, आता राहत नाही. आधी 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 बरोबर वाटत नव्हतं, म्हणजे हाताने बी काही काम करायला येत नव्हतं, आता तरी ओली हाताने काम करायला जमतं. डोळ्याने बी म्हणजे आधी पापणी वर होती सारखी, आता चांगलं झालं, डोळा लागतो. पुढे जाऊन मला आणखी चांगलं व्हावं वाटतं, म्हणजे ऑपरेशन करून आणखी चांगलं व्हावं वाटतं.
Burn care is expensive and beyond the realm of the common man. For the last 15 years, Yogesh could never spell the word beauty correctly, even though he lives in a land surrounded by beauty and splendor. The KEM hospital in Parel caters to patients from all over the country. Just like thousands before who've come here, Yogesh walks its corridors looking for answers. He discovers a team of dedicated professionals in the Department of Plastic Surgery headed by Dr. Vinita Puri, who are trying to make a difference in their own small way.
Yogesh is 15 years old and he'd had burns when he was younger. He had scars all over. He had scars all over on his face. Half the side of his face is burnt. He's got scars even on his hands. When he came to us, he could not use his left hand. All his fingers were crumpled upwards, outward. I can share his photographs. Now, this is how Yogesh looked when he came to us. If you see this, his lower lip was turned down. He would be drooling liquids from here. His eye was had come downwards. Importantly, what I want to share with you is his hand. This is how his hand looked. If you see, this is the back of his hand and his fingers were completely stuck backwards. This is his thumb. You can just see this part of his thumb and you can see a little bit of all these fingers. This is the palm and you can see that he has no fingers coming outward. So obviously he could not use this hand at all. This is how it looked from the side. If you see from the other side. And today Yogesh plays cricket. I'm happy with what I've done with him. He uses his hand. He goes to school. All right. ठीक है. अभी जो ये आँख है ना, उसको थोड़ा सा ऊपर लेंगे और आपके कान के लिए आपको बताया है ना कि यहाँ से छाती से हड्डी लेंगे और हाथ में से यहाँ पे हाथ में से एक थोड़ी सी चमड़ी लेंगे और वहाँ पे थोड़ा बड़ा सर्जरी होएगा, ठीक है, और उसके ऊपर बैठाएंगे और उससे कान बनाएंगे. All right.
There can be burns due to chemicals. There can be burns due to electrical current. It is not just fire which causes the burns. But the burns due to other reasons like due to acids and electric current, I think they have not increased, but they have remained at the same rate because, you know, in a country like India, the wires are exposed. There are loose wires lying here and there, and the people might touch them and, you know, get electrical burns.
There are 7 million people who suffer burns on an average every year, with precious few doctors wanting to take up the cause of burn management.
मेरा नाम है अबराक अहमद फारूकी. मैं उत्तर प्रदेश का रहने वाला हूँ. वहाँ पे ये मेरा बच्चा एक खैर टेक्निकल स्कूल है, तो वहाँ पे पढ़ रहा था. इसका वो बॉल खेलते टाइम पे एक्सीडेंट हुआ, तो 11,000 वोल्टेज की लाइट से गेम खेलने के टाइम पे बॉल इसकी अटक गई ऊपर छज्जे के ऊपर. फील्ड में एक सरिया पड़ी हुई थी, ये बच्चा मेरा सरिया उठा के वो बॉल निकालने के लिए सरिया ऊपर किया और तुरंत वो सरिया 11,000 वोल्ट हाई टेंशन का वायर ऊपर से गया हुआ था, उस पर टच हुआ और इसको पकड़ लिया। उसके बाद में वो सरिया जो है 2 सूत की सरिया थी, गल गई। वो सरिया गल जाने के बाद डिस्कनेक्ट हुआ। ये बच्चा मेरा वो सरिये के ऊपर गिर गया। सरिये के ऊपर गिरने के बाद पानी बन गया, तो वो पानी के ऊपर गिर गया। ये बच्चा गिरने के बाद यहाँ पीछे साइड में जल गया था, पीछे साइड में जल गया था, वापस बेहोश हो गया। उसका सरिया का पानी जो है बच्चे के सर के ऊपर गिर गया था, सर की हड्डी भी जल गई थी, तो बच्चा बेहोश हो गया। उसके बाद बच्चे को मैं लखनऊ मेडिकल कॉलेज में लेके गया। वहाँ पे डॉक्टरों ने मुझे बताया कि ये बच्चे की जो हड्डी खाली पड़ी हुई है, इस हड्डी में होल करना पड़ेगा। तो मुझे बड़ा अफसोस हुआ कि ये हड्डी कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ था। तो ये हड्डी में होल गिराने के बाद बच्चा मेरा नहीं रहेगा, इस तरह से मुझे एहसास हुआ और मैं एकदम नर्वस हो गया। बहरहाल अपने दिल को मजबूत करके और मैंने डॉक्टरों से हाँ किया, ठीक है डॉक्टर साहब आप लोग करिए। फिर डॉक्टरों ने मेरे बच्चे का ऑपरेशन लिया और होल किया। उसके बाद में फिर उन लोगों ने मुझे समझाया कि इस पे ये मांस आएगा, धीरे धीरे ये कवर हो जाएगा। कवर नहीं हुआ, काफ़ी दिन तक मैं परेशान रहा और मेरे पास पैसे ख़त्म हो गए। फिर यहाँ केम हॉस्पिटल में आके मुझे किसी ने बताया एक प्लास्टिक सर्जरी डिपार्टमेंट है, वहाँ पे जाइए। ओपीडी वहाँ पे मंगलवार और गुरुवार को ओपीडी है, वहाँ पे जाइए। डॉक्टर विनीता मैडम मिलेंगी, आप उनको बताइए। बच्चे को लेके मैं डॉक्टर वो ओपीडी में आया। डॉक्टर विनीता मैडम ने देखा, मुझे तसल्ली दिया, इस बच्चे का इलाज हो जाएगा और तुम परेशान मत हो।
Zaid basically came to us with electrical burns and he came to us very late. He had already had the burn some 6 or 7 months before when he came to us. When he came to us, he had his whole skull bone exposed, like almost, I think almost 60% to 65% of his skull was exposed. So now he's admitted with us only for some reconstructive surgery just to make him look better. This flap that we have done on him, this has been taken from the thigh, and as you see, there is tissue from somewhere else which has been put on his skull, and this is very thick. This is thick because this thing has been taken from the thigh. Beta, aap dikhaoge? So now when you see this, you see that such a huge skin has been taken all the way from here to here and from here to here, and the blood supply from this comes all the way from the from above. So this was picked up along with its main blood supply, and you see that now here it has become depressed. But that is because we have put a very thin graft from this leg and put it out here. Alright, beta cover karo. Now when we picked up this skin and we took it here, this is called a flap, and we took it and we attached its blood supply to some main blood supply which was here, because that was the closest area that we got for a good blood supply. Now even though everything is covered, he is good, he has no problem in terms of having the skull exposed. What has happened is that this is very thick. So the next thing what we would like to do and what he desires is that he would like to look better. So what we want to do is we are going to thin this flap. Also when we thin it, these areas which are on the edge and which have very thin skin, we will try and take them away. Also if you see that he's got this much of hair. Beta niche dekho, all these areas. So if he actually desires to get hair here, what we can do is that we can put some expanders, maybe put an expander here, put an expander here. In many multiple stages, we can bring this out here and give him some this. Alright, beta aap pehen loge? So though he is very happy and comfortable now, but he does desire, and I think over a period of time, we can make him look really good. Okay, beta.
मेरा एक ही लड़का है, ज़ैद अहमद फारूकी, जो करंट लगने से मैं नर्वस हो गया था, बेबस हो गया था। बिल्कुल मुझे उम्मीद नहीं थी कि ये मेरा बच्चा बचेगा। फिर इस बच्चे को यहाँ पे मैडम ने इलाज किया और मुझे बहुत बड़ा सहारा मिला और मेरा बच्चा यहाँ बहुत ठीक है। आज मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा, बहुत ठीक ठाक बच्चा मेरा है।
Children like Yogesh and Zaid break the traditional myth about plastic surgery and show reconstructive surgery for what it really is. Painstaking and with cosmetic outcomes, which leaves a lot to be desired. The scars run deep, both on the body and the mind. Is it ever possible to heal them psychologically?
The burn is definitely a very unfortunate and shocking event happens to children and adults. It also creates the scars and disfigurement, over the body, over the face, and it has impacts which are very, very long-standing impacts, where the people have gone through, the process of isolating from the society because of the way they look, or because they are not able to communicate, or they are not able to express, they are not able to evolve easily. And especially in the children, it's very traumatic, because for the children, acceptance by the peer is a very important perspective, and if such a scar on the face, there is a huge impact on the body image, because they start losing their confidence, they start feeling lonely, and they are not able to take decision in terms of their evolvement, their progress, and they feel very often depressed, and it's an issue. It's an issue in terms of how they should progress. But when we look at the children, the way they are handled here, not only our doctors are just friendly, but they are very caring, and they try to work so that the children's self-esteem improves, children's confidence improves, and this is a very important perspective, I feel, which is done by the plastic surgery department, and I'm happy the way Dr. Puri and her team is working, especially with huge sensitivity applied to this perspective as far as the children are concerned.
It doesn't matter. Okay, Yogesh, अच्छा करो, एग्जाम अच्छा करो, ठीक है? एग्जाम अच्छी तरह से करो. मैं फिर बोलती हूँ, तू स्कार्फ निकाल सकता है, बहुत अच्छा दिखता. धीरे करके. एकदम फुल स्पीड में कुछ नहीं होगा. मैं तुम्हारा हाथ पहले का देख रही थी, उस हिसाब में तेरा हाथ बहुत अच्छा है. थोड़ा सा और अच्छा करके देंगे, कान बना के देंगे, और फिर दाग निकालेंगे, ठीक है? और ये तो ऑलरेडी बहुत अच्छा है पहले. अभी मैं बोलती हूँ वो निकाल सकता है इसका.
मॅडम 50% फरक झाला आता सध्या.
50 काय मला तर खूप फरक पडला. लागली तर आम्ही बघू, पण मदत न घेता तुम्ही काय केलं ना तर आम्हाला जास्त पडलं.
चालेल सर, चालेल.
हो ना.
तुम्हाला कसलाच त्रास होणार नाही याची आहे लक्षात. एवढं झालं नंतर
हाय. ओके. बाय बाय.
Dr. Puri and her team have tried the conventional methods of counseling to help Yogesh improve his self-image. But is that enough for Yogesh to feel accepted by his peers and society? As he walks away from every visit to the hospital wearing his scarf, the surgeons can't help feeling they are missing an important link in the circle of care provided, which is psychological healing. The time was ripe and the stage was set for coming up with new ideas. The answer was provided by Burn Advocates Network USA, who wanted to conduct a burn camp in collaboration with burn surgeons in India. Thus was born the concept of Camp Karma, the first recreational pediatric burn survivor camp of India.
Camp that we are planning to do for the children, I am hoping that this is going to make a huge difference in the children's life. We have gone through a lot of papers, we have gone through literature, and we have seen that this does make a difference. We have been planning for this camp for some time, and when we have spoken to the children, they are quite excited about going for the camp, so we are looking forward to it.
Dr. Venkateshwaran, an alumnus of KEM, is a plastic surgeon practicing in Mumbai, who took a keen interest in planning and executing the first ever camp of its kind in India.
We have come up with this concept of a burn camp, which was a well-known concept in the Western countries, where kids, it's a recreational camp for the pediatric burn survivors. The children are taken away out of their homes and into a free and carefree environment where they can interact with one another, and they see other children who are similarly scarred, both physically as well as mentally. With the Department of Plastic Surgery of KM Hospital and Burn Advocates, we are working towards conducting the first burn survivor camp for children in India. This is going to be held at Karjat, and it has been called as Camp Karma.
I'm very hopeful. Our whole team is very excited, very enthusiastic, and we are all working very hard. Most importantly, we are trying to recruit as many children as we can, and I'm very hopeful. That's all I can say.
Finally, the day dawned upon Camp Karma and had the camp founder Samuel Davis of Burn Advocates Network from USA and the camp medical directors Dr. Anjay Khandelwal, a burn surgeon from USA, Dr. Venkateshwaran and Dr. Vinita Puri, full of hope and enthusiasm.
The kids are going to love it. They're going to enjoy it. This is going to be an experience unlike anything else that they have experienced in their lives.
We are going to be singing, dancing, playing football, probably also playing tug of war and doing everything that we don't do usually.
You look so excited.
Yeah.
Even the bus coincidentally bore a suitable name. But where was destiny taking them? The enthusiasm was enough to make anyone sit up and take notice. The camp started in style amidst drum beats and fanfare.
There's a difference between burn-scarred children here in India and the children in the United States. And that is that here, burn scars carry such a significant stigma. When there are burn scars to the face of a child who comes from a poor traditional village here in India, we know that there is a factor, there is a stigma that this child must live with that affects more than just the child. Sometimes we have heard that the child's family is embarrassed, and the child is therefore even more isolated and more stressed out about his or her burn scars. The first time they'll be able to vet or vent about why it is difficult to live with a different look, and hopefully about how they have learned some techniques through burn camp that makes it easier for them to live with the stares, the criticism, the attitudes of people in their school groups, in their family, and make it easier for them to hold their shoulders up, their heads high, and say, look, this is who I am. I'm not about my scars. I'm not a scar. I'm a kid. I'm a kid. I'm a human being. I'm one of God's creations, and I have every right to feel and live a good life as anybody else on the planet does. And that's what we try and teach the kids. And that's why burn camp is even more important to the well-being and the outcome of these kids as human beings.
This is going to be a little bit more interesting, okay?
The camp provided a carefree environment for the kids to explore new avenues and come out of their shells, to make new friends and play new games. It was not just about playing a game of tug of war or Master Chef. it was all about opening up and losing inhibitions.
I feel that society, in a very general sense, is very look-oriented or cosmesis-oriented. When it comes to children, maybe they are not so bothered about the looks, but children, as we know, could be, they are very innocent, so they can be rude at times. They can make fun of other children's disfigurements, and this doesn't go well with the kids who have scars. At the same time, when people grow up, looks become everything nowadays. Nowadays, in this day and age, looks are everything, in the competitive world. Even after undergoing a number of reconstructive surgeries, when as surgeons we feel that we have done our 100%, and we feel that these patients are looking really good, you can't stop them from wearing their scarves and their kerchiefs and their towels on their face. If not just to even hide their own scars. Many times we have patients coming back and telling us, they're wearing these things to hide it from other people so that they don't get scared at their workplace, or somebody doesn't tell them to go away or step back or something like that. It's a big problem for them.
It was time to raise the bar of fun. Feel free and dance away your cares. Yogesh, like the rest of the kids, puts his heart into it.
It's really amazing to see these kids performing, dancing, doing adventure activities, doing all the games. And they are like willingly coming out and doing it. That's really good, really good.
आज आप लोगों का टैलेंट नाइट है. आप लोग हमें अपनी कला दिखाओगे.
The stage was set and the performers fine-tuned, and the applause long and loud as the kids danced the night away in tune to some popular Bollywood numbers.
Girl, you're my chumma-ka-challo. Where you go, girl, I'm gonna follow. What you want, girl, just let me know. You can be my chumma-ka-challo. Shawty, I'm gonna get ya. You know I'm gonna get ya. You know I'll even let you be my chumma-ka-challo. Yes, I said, mana, aja, nachi pe dikhane. Aameri hole, aja, pari da girane. Aameri yakkiyon se yakkiyon milane. Apuna nakle dikha. Wanna be my chumma-ka-challo. Wanna be my chumma-ka-challo. Wanna be my chumma-ka-challo. Wanna be my chumma-ka-challo. बलम पिचकारी जो तूने मुझे मारी तो सीधी सादी छोरी शराबी हो गई. अजीब पहन के जो तूने मारा ठुमका तो लड्डू पड़ोसन की भाभी हो गई. बलम पिचकारी जो तूने मुझे मारी तो सीधी सादी छोरी शराबी हो गई.
These children are not burn victims. We never use that term. They are burn survivors. They have survived their injury. That in and of itself is a huge accomplishment for them. And now they're included in society. They're not going to be looked on as if they have scars. They're not part of a victim-based culture anymore. We're all here to show them that we are looking at them as if they're human beings, that they are human beings. There is no difference between them and any one of us. They can have fun just like any other kid. They can play games just like any other kid. They can be just like any other kid. And for us, and we know it, they are just like any other kid.
I'll tell you one story. There's a kid out here, he's 15 or 16 years old. Every time he comes to us, he has this scarf around his head, right? Even yesterday when he was around, he had his scarf, and today morning, I saw that his scarf is off. Like, that was like a great moment for me.
Extraordinary and transformational.
3 cheers for Camp Karma. I don't want to go, I want to stay here forever.
The camp ends, and so does 3 days of fun, togetherness, and laughter.
ती वरच्या तारीहून काय म्हणते गाड्या ते खेळ
फायरफॉक्स.
हां फायरफॉक्स. ते वर तारीहून वर तिथून तारीहून तिथपर्यंत गेलतो बरेच लांबवर.
काय तुला कसं वाटलं?
एकदम भारी वाटलं.
अजून काय केलं होतं?
परत फुटबॉल खेळलो होतो.
आणि त्यानंतर
डान्स.
आता उद्या काय लिहायचं पेपरमध्ये तुला माहिती आहे? माहिती आहे. आता मी तुला क्वेश्चन विचारतो. आता तुझा पेपर आहे. वेअर डिड यू गो फॉर द कॅम्प? कर्जत. व्हॉट यू डिड इन द कॅम्प?
डेट का?
तू कॅम्पमध्ये काय काय केलं? व्हॉट डिड यू डू इन द कॅम्प?
फुटबॉल.
ओके.
and dance.
Okay.
And
काय काय केलं त्यानं तसं
मराठी सांगू.
What is the name of your school?
शाळेचं नाव
बघ त्यांना समजलं.
what is your school name is श्री भैरवनाथ विद्यालय.
Which standard you study? 10 standard. What do you want to become? What do you want to become?
We are not sure if Yogesh has understood the meaning of our question, or he is still to find what he wants to be. But we know something for sure. He will appear for his English test papers tomorrow.
हो आम्ही नीतिमंत कलागुणी बुद्धिमंत कीर्तीचा कळस जाई उंच अंबरा उंच अंबरा ज्ञान मंदिरा सत्यं शिवं सुंदरा सत्यं शिवं सुंदरा.